All right, everyone, we're once again live for what, the second time? First time on a Sunday. Hey, I went live it twice yesterday. Just probably not my normal times because I had to get some rest while my son was sleeping, and I just didn't have enough rest this week. As you can tell, I probably just need a little bit of um time away from art, you know. Not too long, maybe like a day, which would be on Monday. That's when I usually take my day off. Um, Well, we're just about to end our work week, which is today, and that means I have to submit a whole lot of things today. So we just got a few more pages, a few more panels to go with our own personal stuff, and yeah, we should be good. We are on schedule. Um, Let me just make sure my chats are working. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get into this drawing. This big panel here is a massive drawing. Okay, it's going to be highly detailed, and yeah, it's going to take some time to finish. The key to this is just to keep moving forward and not let the artwork overwhelm you, you know, because sometimes when you look at it from afar, it is overwhelming, and how much work you have to do, and that sensation, that feeling can lead to procrastination, which is not good. Um, but yeah, after the competition, I'm gonna take a vacation, eh? 'Cause this has been eating away at me for a while now, and I got like 3 more weeks to go. Um, so I don't want to make a perfect circle. I'm gonna make it look like that this thing has been crumbling for a while. So this circle would be, it makes sense that it's gonna be shit, starting in my mouth. It's gonna be a bit dented. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that actually covered a lot of the piece here. Actually, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I just need to grab some water. I feel like I want to go live on Facebook too. Ah, maybe not. It's okay. Mhm. All right, we'll leave that for now, and I'm gonna jump back here because their eyes is bothering me. They're not quite right. They're supposed to be looking up. I think his eyes is a bit derpy. Let's make it closer. Um, it still looks derpy. I'm going to make it closer. Something like that. It's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a tad bit better. And I want his eyes to be in the center here, like fully seen, because it's a shock expression. Or maybe I could just make a dot like that. Shock expression, right? That kind of works. A little bit. Maybe just a bit more articulate. You know what? I'm a bit lazy right now. It's gonna go like this. Whoops. This is how I used to draw eyes, but I don't do that anymore. I want right now. I kind of like how I there's a little bit of imperfection to the circle of the eyes. Okay, so the other eye is in an angle, so the circle should be in an angle as well, and a tad bit smaller. The eyes are not leveled, right? I'm pretty sure they're not leveled. But I just want to get that expression right first. Yeah, I mean, look at this, right? Take a look. It's not leveled. The other eye is higher than I want it to be. Well, just do a little bit of adjusting. Okay, that's way better. Yeah, way better. Hmm. It feels like this is missing something. I just can't put my finger on it, but it is missing something. Like something's weird about it that I can't. I don't know, but I don't know what it is. It just feels like there's something weird about it. Maybe it's just I need a little bit of a rest here. I mean, like I don't need a rest. I just need to maybe step away from this drawing a little bit. I'll render it. I'll render it. But tomorrow I'm gonna have to take a look at it again and see what's wrong with it and revise it. I don't think there's necessarily something wrong with it. I think the ears here, because it's in an angle, so you're not supposed to see this ear. The fact that I'm seeing it makes seems like he has a massive ear. So we're gonna remove that ear. Actually, that kind of I think that fixed, but surprisingly fixed it. I don't know. I think it did. Mm, okay. Arms here. Let's get a little bit of hatching lines here and there. Hmm. There's still something wrong with his face, okay? Maybe it's this part. It's too. You know what? I totally forgot. I should probably flip this. That didn't help at all. I still can't tell. I'm just gonna leave it here for now. Maybe it's the mouth. Okay, that looks better. The eyes. It's the eyes, right? I can't tell. Something's off. Something is definitely off, and I can't tell. It's really bothering me. I'm gonna get back to this painting. I'm gonna continue drawing a few parts of this golem. So this shoulder doesn't match with this shoulder. I need to redo the drawing. It's supposed to come from here. Okay. And then this circle will become a cone here of some sort, right? Like this. Something like that. But maybe not as far as we shouldn't go as far as that. Maybe somewhere around there. And then this circle could go around here and it should be an oval now. Like so. And straps should be here. Yeah. Oh, it's making sense now. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Jeez, it's sleepy still. I'm prematurely adding hatching lines. I just have like a lot of bad habits with drawing. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be prematurely adding hatching lines. You should do that at the end of the drawing. At least for me, that's how I do it. How I normally would do it, rather, right? But there's also some perspective here that's definitely wrong, and you shouldn't be making this mistake if you're already a pro. Okay, that should fix it. Okay. I don't like this junction here. I think it should curve up just a little bit more, like here, there, and then something like this, right? Yeah, we'll get rid of this trap and just do that instead. So now this is one part, this neck thing. This chest thing is another part. Should it should be something like this. Yeah, way better. Okay, that makes more sense. And here. Okay, that makes more sense. And it does look, it has that Aztec aesthetic. Okay, so that circle would be this circle in an angle. This cave here should be this cave here. I mean, it should have like an invisible thing here, right? You wouldn't be able to see this part on this side because it's covered up, not on an angle. I kind of don't like. Actually, I don't mind it. It's okay. I don't mind it. It's not. that big deal, but I don't like this curve here. It's not a big deal. Not for me. Actually, also don't like this curve here because it doesn't match the size, like the curve here too. So I gotta change it to something like that, right? Still don't like it. Something's off about this thing. Hmm. And I can't tell what it is. I'm okay with it. It's fine. All right, let's detail the parts that I've already cleaned up. Hmm. Let's see. Scratches here. Scratches here. Cracks. Because it's made out of stone. A lot of cracks. Just really give that stone vibe, stony vibe. Cracks that are uneven, like that. And give it a bit of like mossy texture, something like this. Okay, I like it. And we're gonna give it a little bit of an undershadow, inner shadow. Adjust this here. So that my line work is has some weight to it, right? Okay. I kind of want to get rid of this thing here. It looks more Iron Manish. I don't like it. Some more cracks. Maybe there are parts that are a bit chipped away, so they are there. It's uneven. Okay, like that. Mm-hmm. Looks looking good. Don't don't nope. Hello, man. Welcome to the stream, buddy. I'm just drawing as always. You know me. Mm, okay. I think I like the way that looks. Big chunk missing here, and cracks from this chunk. That goes all the way here, like that. Okay, it's looking good. I like to add like these dots all around my like the empty spaces here, just to give it a bit more texture. Okay, stone mech. Huh? I think I'm gonna skip the rest of this and bounce back to this drawing because their faces is kind of bothering me. It's unfinished. Specifically the eyes. I should be looking a little bit more to the side. What happens if I make this character go like this? Nah, nah, nah. It's fine. It's fine. I actually need to flip this. I just forgot that um, the girl should be in the right side. I mean, in the left side. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without him. What's up, Jingo? Nah, nothing much, man. Zap stream. Welcome, welcome, man. At first, I was afraid. I wonder if I can play that guitar. You probably can. You most definitely can. Yeah. What am I talking about? So this process is kind of slowly getting rid of the sketch, right? Which is again, I keep saying it. It's not the best process because, well, number one, it gets rid of the sketch, but I'm already into deep into it. Okay, I'm not gonna change it. And number two, it's a bit slower because I have to keep erasing as I'm drawing. Bro, give me rocket science homework, and I had a break in my head to try and join your server. Oh, you're that guy who struggled with the thing. Oh yeah, sorry about that, man. I'll update the thing. I thought I fixed that though. I don't like this. I don't like the mouth. What's wrong with the mouth, huh? Not exaggerated enough here. Supposed to be terrified. Yeah, man, you're that guy in the flesh. Dude, did you come here to berate me about that? Yeah, actually, I don't know how much about Discord. I'm fairly new to the game. I'm just, trying to learn as I go. I can't get my notifications to work. I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, it's okay, man. Everybody has their own thing. It's fine. Know my autograph? I probably do. Um, he just doesn't look shocked enough, and I think it's the eyes. Are we a new manga? This is a new manga. Well, it's not really new. It's a remake of my old manga. Oh, not manga. It's a webcomic, okay, which I'm converting into a manga. That was a very convoluted explanation. And I'm only 3 pages in, but I'm trying to complete another one before the end of the week. So there's one more page after this, but I may do that off stream because I already got a few. Yeah, I have a few pages that needs to meet a deadline later tonight, and this one is just a project that I really need to. I just do this in my free time. Can't lie, bro. The last video you made was game changing. Oh yeah, about the manga thing, Kamami Shirahama. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Well, game changing in a good way, maybe maybe I don't know. You tell me. What was game changing about it? Okay, the small tiny eyes definitely. I'm just gonna be lazy. Okay, forgive me. I'm gonna copy one of the eyes that I already did. Yeah, it's the same thing anyway. All right, here we go. Lazy Jingo. Here, how are you doing, man? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. How are you, Zonap? Well, I'm doing great for the most part. I'm just a little bit winded right now by the fact that I just woke up, and started streaming. But besides that, everything's great. So you kind of tell like this low energy shit going on. Oh, I still feel sleepy. I feel sleepy, but I can't go back to sleep. That's not right. There's a lot I want to learn from you. Um, Change my whole perspective of how to draw a manga. And I won't lie, it was frustrating on how hard it is to learn to draw a manga with barely anyone to teach you. I think I've been getting that a lot. That there's not much manga YouTubers out there, which is great. And it's great feedback because now I know where my niche is. I think I'm gonna try and teach what I learned when creating these things. I'm not the best. I'm not really the expert at it. I don't consider myself an expert in creating manga, but I have at least 4 or 5 years worth of experience drawing this stuff. What I'm trying to say is that there's still so much things I need to learn, and since I'm in the industry, I could just teach you guys what I learned along the way, right? How can you work with deadlines? It seems stressful. Well, it's only stressful if you don't have a system. What you need is a system. Okay. So for me, I delegate my days to just compartmentalizing work. So Monday, I take my break around Sunday and Monday, and Tuesday, that's my layout stuff, my storyboarding, my sketching, and I submit that to my editor. And then if I don't get a revision, or if I do get a revision, I just change it up a little bit. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's all line art stuff. That's cleaning up all the pages, and I delegate a few panels per day, depending on how many panels I have to do in that certain week. Right now, I have to do 30 panels, I think. No, 25 panel. Right, 25 panels this week. So I have 3 days to do that. So I usually do 10 panels a day, which is actually not that much. Um, and then Saturday is laying out my pages. So I make separate PSD files. I make sure my layers are correct, and I kind of just set myself up for uh Sunday's work, right? Which is rendering, adding shadows, shading, things like that, dialogue, stuff like that. And then I submit it to my editor, and I have to finish on a either Saturday or Sunday. And I say Sunday I take my break because the rendering part takes like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 hours max, right? So I don't really work much on a Sunday, so I take my day off there. And sometimes I do work along Monday too if there's a massive revision that I have to remake an entire page or an entire panel. Then that takes a lot of time. But for the most part, you gotta have a system so that you can't be stressed. You gotta divide up your work. Um, and I kind of got used to it, and that's also part of the work. You gotta get used to it. It has to be fun. I don't take up projects um if it's not fun. I gotta get good enough to be bro's assistant mangaka. Especially since I finished high school, I'm genuinely just in it for the experience. You know what? I actually am trying to find some assistant for my backgrounds. The last assistant I did, I found out that he was using AI, and I had to rework a lot of hundreds of pages, and I'm still reworking. Like, I'm not even halfway through the rework. Okay. Um, luckily my client is okay with it because it's not really noticeable anyway, and it's okay. Okay, it's his decision. Um, but it's a bummer. I can't really promote that project. It's really terrible for me because I want to promote that project. It's so big at this point. I've been working for it for years, but because it's marred with AI, I'm actually kind of scared in showing that project, right? Until I actually fix the problem. But anyway, that's my thing. You can't go wrong with experience. Yeah, you definitely. I think here's my advice for you, okay? Get really good. If you're still did you say high school? Yeah, you're still in school. Yeah, high school. You get really good at art. Get your fundamentals right. Draw everything around you. By the time you get out of high school, you got to be cracked, okay? You got to be cracked, and then take on low paying projects, up to free projects. Okay, just get in it for the experience. Because what you want is a portfolio, and a really good portfolio will get you a long way to get a job. And your portfolio, um, you can't be random, because I see a lot of portfolios that are submitted to me that are either not their own work, it's a collaborated work, or you just straight up lie that it's their work, and I catch them by recognizing the artwork, which is not good. You're not going to get hired with that. Or I get portfolios where it's just all over the place, right? There's animations here, there's 3D here, there's 2D here, there's like color drawing here, there's a manga work over there, there's sketches here. So that's not that kind of portfolio won't get you anywhere. If you want to work in the manga industry, you gotta submit all manga work. Okay, just straight up manga, storyboarding, sketches, your thought process, maybe it's a little bit of character design here and there, but mostly manga pages. You need to be able to demonstrate you can do it consistently. If you want to get into the concept design, you got to do concept design portfolio, right? You can't have 2D art, 3D art from animations that has nothing to do with the job that you're trying to get. Maybe I should make a video. That's actually a good idea. Make a video about how to make a good portfolio, right? Um, I've been practicing since 10th grade. I graduated last year. Nice, nice. Yeah, man. I've been drawing for a long time too. And I remember I used to just draw in school and not listen to the teacher. I get in trouble with that. Uh, but yeah, man, that's what I suggest you do. Okay. Can you even do that on YouTube? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do one on YouTube. Is it a good AI? I don't know. Well, to me, I think it was good because I didn't recognize it at first. Okay, it looked like sketches and it looked like line work that came from a guy. I'm not gonna show it to you, of course. But yeah, it definitely fooled me. It fooled me until I actually watched a couple of videos on how to detect AI, and I have to zoom in, and if stuff doesn't make sense necessarily, then okay, this is probably AI. Um, so yeah, but personally, I don't really care about AI, to be honest with you. I mean, have at it. If you want to use AI, do it. But for my projects, I I want to be transparent, and my client didn't ask for AI, so I don't want to give him AI stuff. Mm. And you like to apply? You're right. Need to get a good to be an assistant for bro. But yeah, my portfolio is mainly manga. Yeah, man. Look, I'm not really looking for an assistant right now because I have an assistant. Yeah, she's called my wife. She does a lot of my rendering stuff, and if I have projects, I just go to her. She's a bit of an artist herself too. But before, I was looking for a background artist. That's what I really want to get. Um, but I'm not really looking for one right now. Sorry, man. Sorry to disappoint ya. Wait, this doesn't make sense. I mean, her design doesn't make sense. I still don't like the eyes. There's something wrong with this drawing. I'm gonna refer back to her character. Okay, wait, hold on. I'll be right back. It should be this thing. This girl. So she has her bangs covering up her ears. On the second page. Yeah. Well, it's not covered up anymore. All right. So we'll just go with this design. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, man. Sorry. Here, what you can do is go to Upwork. I started in Upwork. It's a website. It's a freelancing website. I think you should be able to get some work there regardless. Um, because Upwork caters to everyone. I really don't like this mouth. I think it's too big. Okay, that's a bit better. I mean, when what was that? Asked to show their artwork and said if you can do it on YouTube. Oh, you can join my server, my Discord server, and you can send your art there. Definitely, I'll take a look at it later. But in case you change your mind, you'll need a background artist. Yeah, if I need assistance, I'll definitely DMs. Sorry, I can't speak. I'll definitely ping the Discord server first before I go anywhere else. So just look out for that. Yeah, don't hold your breath though. If you can actually send me your art, right? Send me your artwork on Discord, maybe even privately. And what I can do for you is if I have an auxiliary client, I can send you the work instead. Okay, because right now I'm kind of fully booked. But if I get a client that PMs me, I usually look for other artists to work on those clients, because it's a kind of a waste of a client. So I kind of just send it to my friends or send it to somebody else. So yeah, just send me your stuff. Show me your stuff. Oh, man, there's something wrong with his eyes. I just can't point it out. It's bothering me so much. All right, gonna grind it. Grind for it. Thanks, dude. I'll send you my work. Yeah, man. Send it to the Discord or you can just PM me privately. It's whatever you want. I should also put my Discord on the link just in case somebody wants to join it on the chat there. Anyone in this stick man out, I'll be there. Dude, I would also love to see your art, Bum Dummer. Bum Danner. Yeah, Bum Denner? Is that how you say it? I got a lot of old art when I was a kid since 2021 and 2022. You're talking still about a portfolio? Because if you're asking for a portfolio, you need to put all your best work. Um, Even if it's old, it's okay. But yeah, show it to me on Discord, man. Regardless, I would still like to see everybody's artwork, and I'll critique it, give you some feedback if you like, where you can improve stuff like that. I forgot to draw her other eyebrow, eyelash, but never too late to do that. Let's just do that now. Just sent some of my art, and there's some of my latest artwork in Discord. I already sent. All right, man. I'll take a look at it in a bit. Uh, well, you know what we could do? We could just do an art review on stream, right? And I'll be brutally honest with you. If something comes up, if there's something that you need to improve on, I won't sugarcoat it because I think more than anything, feedback, then taking in feedback will improve your artwork quite a lot. I think that's how I did it, right? Is I shut down my ego and just taking feedback. Okay, we'll get back to this girl later. Right now, I just want to focus on this beast of a panel. Can anyone make a tutorial about how to use Discord? There's a lot of tutorials on the internet. That's really how I learn. I probably can't do that. I can't like I'm not an expert on Discord. I can barely use it. I rely on tutorials too, man. All right, cool. And yeah, I love some feedback, and also some of the artwork is it's from a few months ago, and I feel like I've improved, but still want feedback. And you see my art. You know what? Let's take a look at your art, okay? I'm gonna show it on stream if that's all right with you. Hmm. Okay, this is this guy's art. This guy. um, Did I just messed up my chat thing? Wait, hold on, give me a sec. All right, can you see my screen? Is it visible? Let me check my OBS. Okay, it should be visible. Let's see. Ooh, manga panels. Screen tones? Yeah, that's definitely screen tones. This is still a sketch though. I would love to see you finish this. Ooh, interesting. It kind of reminds me of another artist um on my Discord. It's very similar style. I forgot his name, but I used to hang out with him on chat back in the day. Okay, so what's wrong with this thing? I think this eye. Well, I'm not gonna be very technical. I'm not really a technical kind of guy, and tell you, all the shape, the perspective, and things like that. But I think this ear here is too big. It is positioned really well, but I think this ear is absolutely gigantic. If that's his thing, then fine. You know, the bulge on the eye here is a little bit too much too. Um, there should be a gradual gradation around the eyes here instead of this absolutely hard edged angle that you have going on in this section here. You actually see my mouse. I'm not quite sure how the streaming thing works. You should be able to see my mouse. Um, but yeah, I like the scarf thing. The use of black and white is great, man. This hatching lines over here in the ears and um in the hair. I mean, absolutely great. Chef's kiss. The half tones here is a little bit too big. The purpose of the half tone is to imitate gray. I think you already know that. You've used it on the part. I think you're just using this as like something stylized, right? Which is fine, I guess. I actually like it now that I think about it. But yeah, those are just my two big critiques. It's the shape of the face around the eyes, as well as the ears is absolutely gigantic. Um, if you a few hours ago. Is a painting I sent a few hours ago. Wait, is this not you? Let me take a look. I think this is what you mean, right? All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go with through them one by one. Okay, take it or leave it. Is the eye okay? This one, I think the eye is okay. The shape of the eye is definitely okay. I don't know what's going on with with his eyebrows here. Eyelash. I mean, why this white? It makes it look like that his actual eyeball is coming out of his eyelash. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's just the shape of the head, but that could be just your style, you know. And he's missing an ear too. But again, I don't know if that's just your style, but it looks okay. It looks good. What I would say what's missing from here is really just technique. And by that I mean, you know, just the rendering stuff doesn't. It looks okay. I'm gonna be critical. Okay, it looks a bit amateurish. But that comes over time. The lighting here, I think you just put a gradient here, right? But if you actually try to carve, or maybe it's just the thing, I can see a little bit of shading going on. Maybe it's just a picture that I can't really tell very well what's going on here. But I can see you're attempting to shade underneath the eyes. Yeah, you're attempting to shade underneath the eyes. That's really good. You should do that more often. Here's what you can do, okay? For the coloring, try to add a little bit of warm color on the skin. He's black, right? Um, or he's kind of brown. Next man, I stylistic, chaotic, but I haven't drawn the ear yet. All right, well, I would like to see a finished drawing then, if that's the case. But this one's really good. Let me look at this hatching. The hatching line here is really, really. You did a good job with the hatching lines. Even the face looks really great. I can't really tell the thing here. The face, there's nothing wrong here. Maybe the hand just needs a little bit of help. I can't tell what's going on. I can sort of tell what's going on. She's doing this motion, right? But the fingers are just not articulated or drawn really well there. But it looks good. Everything here, absolutely amazing. Maybe just clean this up a little bit. These lines here, see, it looks like sketchy. I, Not like as in sketchy, but it looks like a sketch. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to be more deliberate on your motion line. And I know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to add motion blur, right? Like as if she's moving, but you want to be more deliberate with it, right? And because if you do something like this, it looks like it's a sketch. So do more hatching lines, something similar to, okay, so what I'm doing here, right? What you're doing is just going at it like this, right? So hatching lines, you need to be more deliberate. You need to slow it down, you know, just relax. You don't have to, there's no rush, right? Just be more deliberate with it, is what I'm trying to say. Where's the thing? I lost it. All right, here it is. But yeah, this one, 9 out of 10. I think it just needs to look finished. Get rid of the sketch. I can still tell there's some sketch behind it. Get rid of that. And this would be a 10 out of 10. This one, I'm not gonna grade this one because it's not finished yet, but I like the background, what you did here. Oh, this one's really great. Did you just copy and trace Gachiakota here? Which is fine, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't really care if you trace as long as it's in the service of learning. But something like this, you can't really show this on a portfolio, okay? This is really, really good though. If you trace this and you try to learn from this and see how hatching lines work, really, really good. If it's a study, then I'd grade it a really good study. Especially the chains here. But yeah, tracing, if you're trying to trace, I think you should also try to replicate what you trace. You didn't trace, so what is this? You used it as a reference? Because this is Gachiakuta. Hey, good morning. Sorry, my son is awake. Right, this is Gachiakuta, right? This is a page from Gachiakuta. So it's a study. So you used it as a reference. Anyway, regardless, that's my critique is the same. Just well, actually, it's not the same. I think this is a really good study. Then, if it's not trace, 10 out of 10. Absolutely, I'm in love with this page. I don't have any critiques for it. Maybe try to here. Okay, here's my critique. Try to recreate this page without without looking at the reference and see what you've learned from this study. How's my computer working with all those tabs? Oh, this is just images tabs, man. They're not really. Well, I also have a strong computer, I guess. This one, I can't tell. I can sort of tell, but it's not finished. I don't want to grade unfinished drawings. Okay, because there are some things you can say, oh, I'm yet to do that. I'm yet to do this, and my critique would be for nothing if that's the case. Yeah, same here. Okay, I can probably grade this in a storyboarding thing. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Is this a reference here that you're using? This from Chainsaw Man, right? I may also do a video for Chainsaw Man's what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Fujimoto. Fujimoto. I think it's Fujimoto. I forgot his name. Uh, is this an older drawing or I like the hatching lines, but the face still needs a little bit help. You need a little bit more softening of your lines here. Here you it just needs to be cleaner, okay? The eyes, I think the eyes are fine. Ears here is fine too. I think it's just the line work needs help. Your lines needs to be a little bit more confident. More sketch. Oh, this one looks a little bit more finished. I like the paneling here. Okay, see how you're overlaying the panel, overlaying the subject of the panel with the actual panel, like it's out of bounds. And I don't know what's going on with the circle here, but I like that you're attempting to make a different shape for the panels here. Yeah, but I would like to see this finished. Well, I can't really tell what's going on here. It's too small. Cell phone thing. Okay, this thing here. I like what you did with the out of bounds drawing, but I can't really tell what's going on here. Yeah, I guess that's my critic. This one's my favorite, really. Just get rid of the sketches and be more deliberate with your hatching lines. I mean, you were really deliberate here. These hatching lines here, they look really deliberate, but you kind of lost it here somewhere. And I guess you were trying to rush it because you wanted to see it finished. I have that same problem. I kind of just catch myself doing that. Why was it everything blue? That's just a sketch, I think, is what he's doing. It's fine. Yeah, I sometimes do this too. This blue thing here. But yeah, man, overall, I really like the way you're drawing here. I like the background. This is something you have a really strong if you would recreate this and not use a reference because you can't put this in a portfolio. But if you can recreate this, right? On your own style in your own thing without using a reference. Well, use a reference. What I'm trying to say is that recreate this sort of quality onto a different page. Then this would be on par with what I'm doing right now, right? The quality, probably even better. This chains, man, I can't get over the thing you did with chains. So amazing. Yeah, so just try to recreate the quality of this page onto a different page, something that you created on your own. Use a reference, of course, but don't copy off a already existing IP. Some clients might like that, but I personally don't like or take in artists who are just doing fan art. Okay, because this is fan art from Getchi Akota. But that's my advice to you. That's probably my biggest advice to you. if you can consistently create this kind of page that's not fan art, that's something that you created yourself, then you will go a very long way, man. Very long way. The art industry, well, it depends on where you are, I guess. If you're in the US or in any of the Western countries, then the art industry is not going to pay you much. But if you're something like Philippines, Japan, some of these countries in the Asia, then it's a very big. It's a very big industry. What's an IP? Oh, it's intellectual property. That's the one. It's pretty much like the Avengers is an IP, Marvel is an IP. It's like a brand, right? Intellectual property. So this is Gachiakota is an IP, and it's already existing. So you can't. Well, you I think you can. Some clients does take in fan art, especially if you're doing fan art for Genshin Impact, for example, or whatever game you're playing right now. And if you do fan art with that and you can recreate the style of Genshin Impact, you're gonna get hired. You're most likely gonna get hired by MiHoYo or do Riot and League of Legends art fan art, and then you submit that to Riot. Then you're gonna get hired by Riot. But for in general, a good rule is to you know do something that's on your own. But that's just me. It's not really a all encompassing rule. Okay. But man, I really like where you're going with this. This. If you didn't trace this, this is what I would see. This is what I would look for if I'm trying to hire this quality right here. Even this thing. This is already hireable quality. Um, Definitely this thing. I'm gonna tell you it's not. Okay. I can't tell what's going on here, but it looks good. I would, and here I think you just need to finish this, but it also looks good. I can't tell what's going on. This is already there. I think you just need to be aware of the proportion and your line work here with the face. But overall, man, I think you can already get hired with this quality. I think what you need to do is just gobble up 10 of your best work, finished work, okay, no sketches, and then submit that to a client. Just spam clients. Well, not spam a client, spam multiple clients. Just it's a numbers game sometimes. Yeah, and I can guarantee you one of them is gonna hire you. All right, hopefully that helps. Um, yeah, I don't really give technical art feedback. Sorry about that. Because I can't really articulate my words to tell what's going on, what's wrong with it. But there in the Discord server, there are a couple of guys there who can give you better feedback. Just put it in the feedback so what's it called, feedback server, feedback channel, and then people will just flock to you and give you what you need. For me, I like giving feedback with like the quality instead of the technical aspect of the drawing, because that's where I'm good at. Helps a lot, bro. Yeah, man. Anytime. You know, it's also good. Here's another tip, okay? When you're already working, it's also good to take in feedback from non-artists, because these people are. I kind of see art in two different ways, right? There's art as a product, which is what you kind of want to do. That you can take a look at art as a product when you're trying to work in the industry, because companies do make art as a product. And then there's art as a expression, which is the hobby artist, right? Which is what I'm kind of doing as well. Um, so when you take a look at art as a product and you start working in the industry, you want to take in feedback from your customers or from your readers, for example, or from your viewers. And even if they're non-artists, you wanna take their critique seriously, even if it's really harsh. or even if it's really insulting, you just need to ignore that, right? And see what they're actually saying. I want to show my art. Yeah, do it, man. I'll review it right now. Show it my art. Show your art in Discord. Amora. All right, let's move on to a different section of the page. Maybe finish this girl's hair. Uh oh, my son is awake. I may have at least 30 minutes to an hour left of the stream before he starts bothering me. It's okay. I kind of prioritize my family over this thing. If you don't mind, I'd love to have more critiques from you when you get the chance to in the future. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm all about it. You need to tell me. Just send it over to Discord, and when I'm live, I'll uh I'll critique it. I'll try to bring in either Branch or Benji from Discord. They can really give you a really nice critique on your art, okay? Because those guys are classical um artists, and they can give you technical feedbacks, in what's wrong with the perspective, the fundamentals, better than I can. Okay, I'll bring them in. That's a good idea. They're cool guys. Okay, I don't like the way this girl is drawn. Maybe it's because of her face. I need a sharper face. No, too sharp. Ooh, that looks good. I think it's the mouth. Too sharp around this area. Um, Other than that, I should get back to work. Thanks for today, bro. No worries, man. Take care, buddy. I'm gonna get off very soon too. Anyway, it's going to take a little bit more to download Discord. It's okay. You take your time, man. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, but if I am, I'll take a look at your thing. I'll DM you in Discord if I'm streaming. I'll just tag everyone like I normally do. But I usually stream on a Saturday and a Sunday Philippine time around 9 p.m. Philippine times. Okay, that's where I'm from. Hey, it looks like they're about to fight Ruin Garden. Oh, you know what? I haven't thought of that. I haven't played Genshin in a very long time. I totally forgot about the ruin guards. What did it look like again? Oh, there's those circle things with the like circly arms, right? But yeah, this is supposed to be an Aztec golem statue thing. What did the sketch look like? Okay, something like this. I think the circle needs to be bigger. Something like that. All right, guys, I gotta go. My son is awake. I need to be a dad for now. Okay. I'll try to stream again tonight, 9 p.m. Philippine time. You figured it out what time it is in your country. And yeah, I'll have more because I really need to get some rest. I'm low energy right now, and it's probably not good for the stream. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching my stream. See ya.